Good morning, FCC family, and welcome back to another great episode of FCC. I'm your host, Coach. And look, the fantasy football with Coach, we got a lot of good stuff today. Um, let's see. Between week two, we've got some combined numbers to show us who's running the elite race right now. We've got numbers to show us who should be atop of our fantasy list for defenses. These 2 weeks have given us some really good numbers. We've seen some tether. We've seen some whatever up here week one, and they kind of scale down week two, but should have a pop back up in week three. We're gonna go over that, but as we're gonna do every week, Coach gonna have to start off with an apology. Yeah, this one goes out to anybody who drafted Odell Beckham. It seems his priorities between bringing the baby mama on the field, between him hanging out with Kim Kardashian off the field, between him not playing on the field due to injuries on the field. I apologize. I'm boosting him up here, Not as a high draft pick, never that, no. But, I was telling people to have him on your roster, It's a availability to drop if necessary when he gets injured. So did give you the premise that, he's not gonna last all season. So they have a backup plan. But I do apologize because I gave that, I bolstered him up a little bit, And I'm sure some people drafted him because of that reason. So, but and again, I might sit here every week, every time I see them play. And I just might apologize to the San Francisco 49ers every week. Look, I know angry football when I see angry football. When you miss the playoffs, not by your own fault. Everybody can say coach didn't have no answers at the end. What kind of answers can you have? Like, your third string quarterback who should have never even been in the game. Like, come on, fam. This man literally went through 4 quarterbacks. He went through 4 quarterbacks in one season, I think. Like, at this point, it's just kind of like you just, oh, la, la. What else you supposed to do? Sing some goofy songs, let that clock run out, hold your head high, get on out of there before the smoke hit the fire. What else are you supposed to do? So I get it, right? And this year, they decided to come in with a definitive plan. Brock Purdy, 2-0. Simple as that. Okay. Again, I still think it's Brandon Ayuk's year. I don't believe he had the numbers that he had last year, but let's not go crazy, right? They have a lot of weapons, okay? And when people go off, it's gonna be kind of hard for Ayuk to go off. If Ayuk is going off, it's gonna be hard for Deebo to go off. If both of them going off, we can almost guarantee Christian McCaffrey ain't going off. Because guess who's not going off? Who was a top three draft, or not top three draft pick, but top three tight ends? George Kittle. Why? He ain't getting the targets anymore, buddy. There's too many weapons around Brock Purdy. Because what George Kittle do best? He block. What George Kittle gonna do is chomp, and that's block. Look, Pittman, George Kittle. Maybe we shouldn't have had him so high. Real talk. Maybe we shouldn't have had him that high. As we base it off everybody else, when target people come in, we move people down because we know where the target value is going to go when a new person comes in. That kind of shit happened with George Kittle. We said it. I had it happen with Andrews. Maybe that title apology should have kind of caught that one, but it is what it is. You're wrong. Having George Kittle on your roster is not bad. He's going to secure you some targets, but he's not going to give you big numbers every week. There's too many targets over there. They got a lot of weapons. But one thing the 49ers are doing, man, they're playing angry football. They got a taste in that mouth last year that was not supposed to happen, and they're coming back this year just with a full battering ram. Like, they don't care. They don't care what you trying to do. They don't care what's on your mind. They don't care for your sport. Right now, they're playing angry. Okay, only thing they want you to do, get out the way. If you're in the way. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I get it. Steelers won this game, but man, if you couldn't tell, they felt them lickings from the 49ers from last week still. The bruises were still there, okay? That's why Coach came out with that speaker. We got to get back into some Steelers ball. So playing the 49ers ain't easy. It's not easy. Watch how these Rams come out next week, flat. I'm telling you, playing these bad boys ain't easy. And they are bulldogs. They're gonna bulldoze through these 17 weeks. For 18 weeks, 17 games. All right, Doctor. Shield me. All right. Enough of the apologies. Let's get into these busts of NFL last week. So we're looking for these boys that were on your roster. Oh my God, they just crapped the bed again. Donovan Peoples Jones, what is going on? What is going on? 1 point. You had 1 point, bro. 1 catch for 7 yards. Hey, Browns. I don't know, man. Quarterback play ain't looking too hot. I don't. Week 2, long season. This is early. You know, we're gonna play fair. We're gonna play fair. All right. So what do I always say? Those first 4 weeks, you gotta let them play out. You gotta let them. Man, Jefferson, ever since he ran off the field for his baby after the Super Bowl, he ain't never been back on the field. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Rondell Moore, 2 points, 1 catch for 14 yards. Trash. Who else we got? John Meach, not good. Allen Robinson, bruh, come on. You can't have the little show you had last week, Allen Robinson, and come out on Monday Night Football with this kind of display. This was atrocious. 2 catches for 12 yards, bruh. I come at you and then I try to help you. Like you really got me wanting to call you overrated because you've been in the league a long time, Allen, and we have not had an Allen Robinson year. When is it coming? You played with the Jags. It looked like it. It was exciting, and then it failed. You got with Chicago, and I just said that wasn't going to work, and it did not work the entire time. You didn't get paid because it didn't work. I was like, I don't know if he's him. And then you go to the Rams. That was just a wash. Now you in Pittsburgh. It's week 2. Come on, these can't be your numbers, guy. This cannot happen. Okay, I need you to do better. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I kept telling y'all. I kept telling you. Told you in preseason. I told you in the draft. And y'all kept running your mouth about this guy. That was it last year. This is not going to keep happening. He old. When you get old, you get old. Hunter Renfrow, I'm not too worried about you. I'm not sure why people have you on their roster if they do. There's nothing to talk about there. Tolbert, though, 3 for 18. I need more out of you. I really do. I did that. That's them bum numbers. Rashad Bateman, you still riding bum numbers, bro. Come on, 3 for 18. What's going on, Romeo? I'm giving you a break. I knew you were dealing with a hamstring. 2 for 30. You get a little relaxed. Not you, Calvin. Not you. You had a whole year off. Them legs should be good to go. There should be nothing stopping you. Okay, especially this Chiefs defense. They shouldn't be running. No, get open for your quarterback. This was atrocious. John Dotson, people got high hopes for you too. 3 for 22. No, we can't be doing this. Jerry Jeudy, look, I done came for your partner. Okay, that other side of your field. Who I don't know why people like Cortland Sutton because there ain't nothing there. It ain't been nothing there. I kept telling y'all, and y'all keep waiting. You're gonna wait as long as you wait for Jesus. How about that? Because Cortland Sutton ain't finna show you nothing. Judy, you about to show me you a wash too. I'm looking at this Denver's offense and I see no receiving. None. I don't see anything. Y'all can blame Russ. I'm coming for these receivers. Because without Russ, when there was other people, where were these same receivers at? Huh? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere. All right. So now I'm not going at just Russ. All right. Jonathan Mingo, you've been a wash. All right. Now we're getting to some guys. Look, bottom numbers. No. These guys did good. So we're good. There was all the receivers with bottom numbers that were bust all week. So we'll get to the heroes later. We got these running back busts that we got to get to. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look here. Oh man, there's so many. Where do we start? Who? All right. Jamal Williams. Most likely with this situation, it's his age. It's a running back's hamstring. At this age, stage in his career, it's the age, the body. It's not much you're getting out of that, pimps. It's not much. Um, that the Saints are going to deal with one issue this year. They do not have a running game. Everybody's high on Kamara coming back. I've always had my little stint about Kamara because I've only seen that he's good with Breeze. Can he do it with Carr? That remains to be seen. Carr had Jacobs. Jacobs has 1,600 rushing yards, but Jacobs is a between the tackle runner, not Kamara. So we are going to have to wait and see. Devin Singletary. I don't know why y'all still got this man on your roster. The Texans ain't running the football. That is going to be the worst rushing offense in the NFL this year. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, still a bum. Josh Kelly. Yeah, you're a bust this week. Yeah, you're a bust. Chargers don't have any running game. Chargers don't have a head coach. Chargers don't have a defense. Kellen Moore going to end up taking over if they don't get rid of this coach within this year. But it is bad. There is no way you are a Charger right now. You understand? Listen to these numbers, right? I need you guys to listen to these numbers. In week 1, Chargers put up 30 points and lost. Think about that, right? In week 2, Chargers put up 20-something points and lost. Chargers have put up 50-plus points in 2 weeks and 0 turnovers. Okay? Look at coach's eyes. 0 turnovers. And yet they're 0-2. Because the defense that y'all keep telling me, oh, that defense good. That defense got Khalil Mack. That defense got James. Defense got nobody. Come on, fam. Look at the points they give up. Now, I said that coach should have been fired last year. He's on the worst hot seat he could ever be on. Is that organization going to fire him? Who knows? They owe him a lot of money, so I don't know if they can fire him due to that situation. So I don't know what's going to happen with the Chargers right now, but they're not ready to face their rival. I can promise you that. This is not going to be a good season. Another year, I have the Chargers where they should be. Here they go. I mean, you can take this all the way back to the time. So it's the organization. It's the ownership, right? Because let's take this all the way back to the time of who? Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers, just a pawn of that organization. A man who should have won a championship. A very great competitor. A very great quarterback. Had a great team. Had a great defense. A great running back. Couldn't get past playoffs, past Peyton Manning, past Brady. Now, could that be he couldn't get past 2 great quarterbacks? Maybe. But as we kept watching the debacle of that organization, because they just started losing more, right? It's just throw the ball to Antonio Gates for whatever God reason from here on forward and nobody else. So at this point for me, it's the ownership. It's the ownership. And if that's the case, this team ain't going nowhere. Let's just call it what we see. Because Justin Herbert, I'm sorry, you're a great quarterback, and you got to deal with weird ownership. I'm gonna call him weird. I'm just call him weird. I'm gonna stick that. I'm gonna keep my composure, and I'm gonna just call him weird. But I will not keep my composure for Najee Harris. Bruh, come on, man. Come on, dog. Like, what? I done sang the songs. I didn't pray to every God there is that is in fantasy football. And what they're telling me is, this is you. 43 rushing yards. That's it. That's you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I get it. You played 2 great defense, so you're not great. Let's call the basket of bread what it is. A basket of bread. You loaf. You done fooled everybody. You had a great rookie year because you got bottle fed that ball, and you have done nothing since, bro. Nothing. Like, come on. This was everything opportunity for this year. It's week 2. It's week 2, and I get it, but bruh, in the first 2 weeks, You've played two top-tier defenses, and you've shown you cannot handle that. What else am I supposed to look at when I'm watching you play football? Am I supposed to say, "Oh, you can play two times. You can play great defenses, just not right now because it's too early." Like, come on. Is that what I really need to be telling people? No, I told people to draft you. I told people you were going to be great this year. I had you for 1,300, 1,400 rushing yards this year. The only way you're getting that is if you have 300 in at least 2 games to catch up. Because you only have like 80 yards total, if that much, in 2 weeks, bro. I, as of right now, you trash. This week, you're the trash bucket. Okay? You might as well just fake an injury, come join us on the couch. Me and our couch guests, if I'm not mistaken. Because, man, bro, what you want me to do with these numbers? What you want me to tell people? What hope am I supposed to get a crowd with the crap you putting up? And you spreading crap like butter on bread. Like, oh, boy. All right, man, look. As of right now, bench Najee Harris until he show you something else. Or just simply drop him. I'm using drop words. Don't drop George Pickens. That ain't necessary. But again, this is George Pickens has been in the league almost 4 years. It's putting up the same numbers, putting on visors. Or not visors. I want to see people's eyes. What eyes you looking for? You looking in the wrong direction then. The field is that way. Damn. Sorry. All right, Samaje P. Ryan. No, I don't know why y'all have him on your roster. Now, here's a guy I don't have to go off on, too, because that's y'all stupid fault for picking this dude up. Again, what was it in Dameon Pierce that you people saw? Tell Coach. Tell me. Tell me what it was last year when y'all watched him run the football, because I had him on my team. See, Javonte went down. Dameon needed to step up. Dameon couldn't give me no more than 11 points. Dameon could barely get in the end zone if he did. So tell me what it is you all saw that had, oh, Dameon Pierce will be great. Tell me. Tell me. Because what I saw in the preseason game where he was starting against a defense that played backups was he can't score in the red zone. They gave it to him 3 times. He got stopped 3 times. They had to settle for a field goal. I told y'all to go pick this Texans kicker because as it looks right now, Houston ain't getting in that end zone from the red zone as much as people think. It's going to be a very small amount. If it's a touchdown, it's on that big arm, down the field, broke tackle, boom. Or he runs it in himself for a touchdown while he's on the goal line. Because obviously their running backs can't do it, and they got 2 of them. So, y'all fault. All right, Deuce Vaughn. I mean, I think it was more of it's going to be rough with Deuce Vaughn because these easy games that Dallas tends to put up, like when I call it easy, is when they take over defensively like they did again. And the offense just kind of has to just walk down the field. They're not stressed down the field. Guys like Deuce Vaughn, not going to do because it went all Pollard. It was all Pollard. Pollard needed to show, that Deuce Vaughn needed to take some slack. Pollard didn't show that. What Pollard did was he showed me I shouldn't have dropped him so far down. That's what he showed me. He should have stayed up there in a top, like late, if it's a 16-man round, give him man 16, 14, something like that. Or turn around first pick in the second round type. You know what I mean? Like, that's what that man playing like right now. Top tier running back. I mean, we ain't getting a lot of them. And Tony Pollard done turned on the Jets. As Travis Etienne, as I told y'all, this is what you're gonna get. 40 yards, 6 points. Especially in a bad game. He ain't gonna do nothing. Not a bad game. He ain't gonna be a reason why y'all come back. No, they're gonna go in the air. This is where Travis Etienne is a hindrance. This is why I just kind of kept him where he was. Because he'll give you numbers and then he's gonna give you these. But all in all, his numbers will push maybe to 1,100 total between catching and receiving. So And you know what I mean? That's where it's 4th, 5th round. That's where I had it. Let's see who else crapped the bed. Khalil Herbert, ugh, Chicago. 2. We go. Where these 4,000? I'm waiting on these. Oh God, I'm waiting on these 4,000 yards. I think he like lost his job when he said that, and it's just like the recovery from it has to be more than that, and it's not going to be nowhere near it. And Trey Lance might be getting a phone call from Chicago. I don't know. They need another quarterback. I can tell you that much. But I don't think Trey Lance gonna it'll be funny to see him bounce around as a backup like this, but I think it'll be a Cowboy too long. Dak gonna have to crack the bed. Dak ain't thrown a pick yet. They ain't thrown a pick yet. I get it. We made fun of him. We made fun of him. Sometimes you ain't supposed to come out and open your mouth. And then he had training camp. And again, the training camp wasn't so much of the picks he threw in training camp, because guys, remember, I always tell this. Stop freaking out about interceptions in training camp. Do you not understand they're supposed to happen? Do you understand? How else is that defense going to get better if they're not picking off a great quarterback like that? I'm not saying he's greater than me. I'm just saying, like, in the sense of his arm strength, his accuracy, they're not playing against a bum in practice. They're playing against their starting quarterback. And they're picking off their starting quarterback, especially if he's accurate. That means they're doing something on defense. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like they's getting blown out in practice. No, they're doing something where they're delivering properly. Help defense. They're going to turnover force. Now, the whole BAN calling, again, I'm okay with it because I hear him talk to his brother that way. That's who he is. He's that type of guy. He's Daryl Browner, who holds you in the line of scrimmage and still one of the best corners in the league. You see what I'm saying? He's just aggressive. His aggression is just his mouth. If you can't handle it, if Cortland Finnegan, in a way, tight. You know, you're gonna have them guys. You're gonna have them, but they on the team for a reason. And his help defense is getting them safeties a lot of interceptions. I don't know if y'all see the dynamic of what they're doing. Okay, so with this dynamic, it's going to be. It's actually, if you look at it, if you just look at the build, it's actually harder for Dak to throw these interceptions than some would think it would be, because they're not doing what they were doing last year offensively. It's different. Everything is different. Kellen Moore's going. This is a whole different offensive scheme. Whole different movement of the ball. They're running the ball more. Is anybody paying attention to that? Their running back has more than 20 carries a game. What does that tell you? That the offense is 80%, or let's say 60% on the ground. Maybe 80% if it's 25 plus carries. 20%, they're about 60, 70% of the offense. That's really, really, really good, because that actually does condense the interception ratio for Dak Prescott. Does it shrink the touchdown ratio? Yes. That's why Dak didn't come out saying he's going to throw 50 touchdowns. What he said was he's not going to throw more than 10 interceptions. And we are in week 2. He has 0. He's looking good. Of course, I was going to count them bad boys down the minute he threw one. He ain't thrown one yet. They counted 0. I got to be fair. I'm very unbiased, guys. I know I come for a lot of players, but I also know where to give them their break. I know where to support them. I love football. I don't have a favorite team. All 32 teams are my team, okay? I'm the father of them all. I'm the daddy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a dog in the fight. Have a fair point, a fair opinion, who I believe will make it this far, who I believe can get here based on what they do here. That's why, not that I know, but I can kind of talk so much about different organizations. Pay attention to all of them and what they do, what their body and makeup is. So I can sit here and tell you Chicago Bears are not the type of team to throw up 35 points a game. They're not. They've never had that makeup. They're a 20-plus point team, 20-point team game. They're built on defense and running. And until they get back to that type of MO, this is the Chicago Bears ugliness we're going to continue to see. They're like, look at the Houston Texans and see exactly what they do on first, second down and take, oh, no. I've watched Texas too long. I've seen one great quarterback, and that was a Carr. Shaw came in, he did okay, and then he went for a season where he threw 5 straight games with 5 straight pick sixes to start each game. Then they went to Savage, went to the playoffs, benched him, after he went to the playoffs against the Ravens and almost beat the Ravens in the playoffs and almost went to the AFC Championship game. The Houston Texans, people, and Reed pick sealed them. And that was it. Because a rookie got licked off by the safety in a championship game where the running back got knocked back by Ray Lewis 10 yards and put that rookie in that long third down situation. But he gets benched for somebody else. I don't know. The Houston Texans don't want to win. I've never known them to want to win because when I have seen great quarterbacks come in and play, where's their career? They don't even finish. They didn't finish. Okay? Then they get coaches that don't help. Man, look, I've watched enough teams to know what they do. Okay? Seattle need to get back to running the football. Period. That's what their MO is. Run the football, kicking field goals, great defense, 12 men. Let's go. Steelers, defense. Now, if the Steelers are back to Steelers football based off what we saw week 2, I'm going to scale back on certain personnel of who you should have on your roster because then that means, no, this is still Steelers football. This is a 9-win team, win the division, make it to the playoffs, do it grimy. It's going to do it low. It's going to be about defense, which means some of these offensive weapons ain't going to have what we think they're going to have. So that's what I mean by we may have to scale back a little bit on the whole 12 in and all this 4-something yard. Now, if this still is football, it's slow grinding type football. And that kind of, it's kind of what we got last week. That's why they were able to what? Do a Steelers comeback late in the game and win. Steelers football, all right? So yeah, I know the teams and what they do, all right? So let's talk about Tua for a minute, right? Because Tua right now is one of the leading quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Why? Because they changed his game. Last year, what was my issue with them? They had no mid-range game. They fixed it. They have a mid-range game. Last year, what was my issue? They didn't run the ball. They fixed it. They ran the ball. Last year, my issue is where he rolled out, and it's the way Tua rolls out and throws. He's top heavy in his body, right? So it's the way he rolls out and leans when he throws. He's going to, if nobody even touches Tua, think about it this way, the way he was doing it last year. If nobody even touches it, the way he rolled out to throw, let's say he just tripped himself, he's going to get a concussion. Because he's so top heavy up here from his shoulder to his belly area. It's top heavy. He's stronger up here, basically. So what that means is when he falls, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. It's science, right? So he's going to fall harder. Period. So that's why when he gets hit going down like that, his head, it's almost like his head is going faster to the field because of the trajectory of his heavier top body. Okay? It's math and science, people. And what did they change about the math and the science? We're going to get this ugly Jordan jump so that you're not falling backwards so you can move diagonally. And instead, he's not running in the pocket. It's a diagonal movement so that he can throw with that left arm. Left-handed throwers are unorthodox. And left-handed people, we're unorthodox, okay? And when I'm a hooper. When I dribble with my right hand. I cross over with my right hand. I go behind the back with my right hand. I go between the legs with my right hand. I do everything with my right hand. I pull up with my right hand. I shoot with my left. Weird. I get a lot of fouls. And I like to drive to my right. So I pull up so you can jump. So I come underneath with my left. And I can tell you that. You ain't going to stop it. It doesn't matter what you do. You're not going to stop it. I'm just saying it because what I mean is left-handed boxers, batters, it's scary to go against a left-handed batter. It's scary because they can put the ball anywhere. Left-handed boxers, excuse me, they're dangerous to fight. Left-handed people are dangerous. Left-handed hoopers, left-handed quarterbacks are some of the best special quarterbacks because you always have a right. That's why it's harder to get a left-handed tackle than it is a right-handed tackle. Any minute left-handed. They're stronger on that side. And it's not that many left-handed quarterbacks. So it's like they're already there waiting. So that left tackle has an easier job with the left-handed quarterback. Don't you see his pocket? Don't you see how clean his pocket is? Now, don't get me wrong. They worked on that offensive line for that very reason. Okay? And my issue with that offensive line was They've never had a blocking issue. It's the fact that the offensive line can't block more than 7 seconds. And his drop back to get the ball to Tyreek is too long. He's going to get in. Not anymore, because he's going in and he's jump throwing, period. Why? Because he's realized with this fast guy, chemistry can't overthrow Tyreek Hill. Huh. No matter what I do, he's just going to catch it. Huh. Yeah. So what they're doing, it's their thing, and it works. He's leading quarterback right now. He's like top 3 right now in quarterbacking, if not number 1. And it's because they fixed everything in football. See, I see that. This is a different Dolphins football. This ain't what you've seen before. But what they have done, if they've gotten back to a run game, which is very good, they got Big Fangio's defense back there getting good sacks. All right. And Mike McDaniels is running this offense very well. He fixed the issues. That's always the best thing about the coach. You didn't have the issues from last year. Like, I didn't beat him up about it. I just told you, everybody, like, this is the facts. Hold on, we got a question on WhatsApp real quick. Matthew, should I request a trade to Omar for Puka Nuka and give him Jerry Jeudy and Debo? No. Hell no. Give me 1 second. No, Jose, don't do that. No. Do not make that trade. Keep what you got. You don't need Puka. Puka ain't gonna last. No, no, guys. That thing with Puka is good right now, and if you have him, you're good now. But that's not gonna last, people. Them numbers, and I get it. I need you guys to understand something. The Rams aren't winning football games with Puka. Well, I think they beat the Seattle. They won, right? What I'm going to say, this is not going to last. You understand the 49ers, how great they are. Puka did that against 49ers, and what happened? They still lost by 10, which was weirdly enough how McVay made that ugly landing field goal to cover the spread. Y'all ain't see that? I saw that. I saw that out. I don't know what that was, but you just sat there and covered the spread. You can. I don't, because I didn't understand why you kicked that field goal in the first place. With 4 seconds left on the clock, knowing you can't win, you didn't even try to go for it. You ended the game, or you trying to give your kicker more reps? No, pimp. Ain't a game rep in the world gonna make any kicker better. Well, like what? I didn't understand that, and all I could think of was you just covered the spread. So anyway, but no, don't make that trade, Jose. No, keep Debo and keep Jeudy. Keep Jeudy. Don't worry about the Jeudy thing. He'll be fine, but they definitely need to figure it out. And I got a segment coming up to talk about what's going on there too. Justice Hill. Buddy, we got to get better, pimp. Like, I'm not liking these numbers. Javante, you another one I covered for. That I can't have these numbers, bro. I'm gonna talk about y'all. The Denver Broncos got a little segment I got coming up later. But these numbers ain't looking good, man. Come on. I already apologize for you. You got to do something for me, pimp. I believe in you, but can't believe in these numbers. 44 yards rushing. This is not good. Isaiah Pacheco. Well, I mean, Jacksonville has a good run defense, so I'm gonna leave you alone. You should have been smart enough to not start him. So I'm not even gonna call him a bum this weekend because you should have known better. Antonio Gibson, that's gonna be rough. I think Mark. Oh, Mark, you got it. You get this one, fam. You was right. Brian Robinson is the guy. Period. Brian Robinson's the guy. All right, quarterback busts. Who we got? Who's on the block? Let's see. We got Jimmy Garoppolo. Had a horrible performance against Buffalo. Zach Wilson. Well, we all know how trashy Zachy is. So, but the bust at quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. You had 216 yards, but oh god, horrible. You throw one touchdown. Like, ugh. That was real bad. That was real bad. You had some people. You had some people. You broke some hearts, bro. Kenny Pickett. He broke some hearts. 220. And see, Kenny, you doing what I'm saying you're doing. You get the 22 and some yards. You getting the touchdown, but you throwing picks. You get negative yards and rushing. Why you running? We need more touchdowns out of you, pimp. We need you to see the end zone a little bit better. Darn to miss you. You came in because the old boy got hurt. Deshaun Watson. Hey guys, look, I don't know. I'm out for Deshaun Watson's case, right? For him and him only. I'm only doing this for him. I'm giving him the full 4 weeks before I critique anything, before I say anything wrong. I'm giving this just might be the preseason he needs to go through before him and they're 1-1. They're not off to a bad start. His numbers are just ugly right now. All right. And they could get better. He had 11 points, but that's not what you want out of a quarterback. I'm not out of a quarterback you fully guaranteed all that doggone money to. That ain't what you want. Tua, you were a bust this week. I'm gonna call you a bust this week. Yes, but why? You only threw one touchdown and one interception, and you only put up 12 points in fantasy. It's compared to what you did last week, and the fact that you did play the New England defense. I still think you could have got another 2 touchdowns, but Raheem Mostert went off, and that's another thing we got to pay attention to. Your running back went off. You guys got the win. That was one thing about fantasy guys. People don't pay attention to us. They pay attention to the win. They want the win. They got the win. But 249 yards is still great. All right. Just again, he only had 1 touchdown, but he did have a turnover. All right. So our busts did not look good at all this week, but it's just not fantasy. It's just it's the luck of the draw. It's whether the fantasy guy is happy or angry with you. I don't know. Did you do your ritual dance? I don't know. Because for instance, Lucas, my man, he came into the shop. He was off, but he came in Monday when we was working. Man, crazy happy. You gonna win week 2. Nick Chubb was in the game. And then he left. And then like 20 minutes later, Nick Chubb is getting carted off the field. And then before I clocked out, his girl told me that he was losing. And and he lost Nick Chubb. That work stopped. And old buddy he was playing still had more players. And he needed a Nick Chubb game that he was going to get. And the fantasy guys had different plans. And we'll talk about those plans here in a minute. But first, guys, we got to give a nice shout out to our fantasy heroes. Fantasy heroes need love. Because without Daniel Jones, and the comeback, they only had 2 touchdowns. They had 321 yards. And he had a rushing touchdown. Daniel Jones gave you 30 points. Buddy gave you 30 points. All right. I said start Kirky on Thursday. I said start him against that Eagles secondary. And I'm not too hot, to be honest with you. Start him. 30, what do you got? 28 points. Russell Wilson. Certainly, he got you 50 points, depending on how you got your stuff set up because of that long 50-yard, 64-yard touchdown, luck touchdown. But hey, he got it. And his segment later is what we're going to talk about. Josh Dobbs, 25 points, 228 yards, 41 rushing yards. So Joshua Dobbs is going to be, I think this is the type of numbers we can be seeing on a regular basis, to be honest with you. He's a rush quarterback, so yeah, I can see it. Jalen Hurts. These are the numbers you're going to get, 193 yards, bro. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why AJ mad. Like, are you mad because you're not getting the ball? Or because he's not throwing more in his offense? Like, something is pissing you off. He got 25 points in fantasy. He was your hero. But them passing yards are pretty bad. Josh Allen is back as fantasy gold, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, got you 23 points. Geno Smith is back, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, 23 points in fantasy. Jared Goff, 22 points in fantasy. Lamar Jackson's back up there, 22 points in fantasy. Herbert with another loss, but he got you 22 points. CJ Stroud, 384 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not a bad game. Not a bad game at all. 21 points in fantasy. Hey, good job. Still a loss. Desmond Ridder, 237 yards for 1-1 and 1. He had 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but 1 rushing touchdown for 21 points. Sam Howell, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns. No turnovers. 21 points. And I tell you that's a Sam Howell game? When I tell you that's what Sammy gonna get you? Sammy is getting you that with the last pick of your fantasy draft. That's the type of goal coach be trying to talk to y'all about. Okay? Granted, Sam Howell is built to give you this every week. In this, did he do it week 1? No, he had turnovers in week 1. It's a new offensive scheme, new offensive coordinator. Okay? That's week 1. Do we want to see it in week 1? Yeah, we did. And we kind of did. We just also had the turnover, okay? But when did we get in week 2? We got 299, 2 touchdowns. I told y'all that's what the man is good for. I told you he's good for 250 and 2 touchdowns with an upside. And this upside ain't over. Wait till next week. Hey, I like it. And again, Sam Howell is gold. And I will always gold these numbers. Why? Because Sam Howell should have been your very last pick. Excuse me. And if Sam Howell was your last pick, just think about that as your quarterback numbers with all Tyreek with your first pick. Not Tyreek this week, but or let's say you had Jettis with your first pick. Jettis with your first pick is still putting up great numbers. With Sam Howell as your last pick. With Austin Eckler. And you see what I'm saying? There's certain targets that you can reach for, especially when you know when your quarterback is coming last. Nobody saw this. I saw it, and I told y'all to take it. If you took it, it's gonna get better than this, is what I'm trying to tell you. Hey, don't get me wrong. His total numbers will be between 3,800 and 42, is what I think, built with this BNB offense. That's what I think. As long as the receivers keep catching, getting down the field, that's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Patrick Mahomes, point. He's always go 305 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a turnover. Ryan Tannehill did good. 246 yards, touchdowns, 21 points. These are some good numbers, man. Jordan Love, 151 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns. Jordan Love is going to score. Green Bay is going to score. Okay? Go get these Green Bay players. Dak Prescott, 255, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, 19 points. And that's not bad numbers from Dak. You got to understand that. That's great. Because you got Dak 10th round. That's great numbers for a 10th round pick. Baker Mayfield, you got him in 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th round. Baker Mayfield got me out here getting fancy with it, okay? Because I only had this because of Brady. You feel me? Went on a nice little family cruise. Saw this watch. It was, Brady season when I went. They weren't even doing that good. Fine. That's when he was still the buck. So, but Baker, buddy, you gonna make coach pull out the Invicta, bud. you gonna make me pull this bad boy out. Okay? So you playing some good football, my dude. Look at these numbers of Baker Mayfield. 317 yards and a touchdown, 18 points in fantasy football. But look here. Bucks 2-0. Bucks 2-0. Hey. Did I see this number? Did you see this other Baker? They're 2-0 where I had them 2-14. Or 2-15. So and I did not have those 2 games in the beginning of the season. Nope. No, I did not. I had them losing. So boy, did they shut me up. Sorry. Sorry, Bucks. I apologize. Y'all are can't believe Todd Bowles getting this glory. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't Todd Bowles. It's all Baker. Yeah, let me be that stupid. It's all Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is carrying this team offensively. Play with me. I ain't giving Todd Bowles no credit. All right, Joe Burrow. Look here. You got 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. 15 points. You got to do better. Anthony Richardson is a rookie with a concussion who had more better numbers than you. He barely played. He had 56 yards, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns before he got hurt and was at 17 points before he got hurt. He played a whole game and got 15. Nope. Justin Fields. Let me see something. Let's do some math. Because don't get me wrong, he had 200 yards that week. Right? Let's average it out. Let's just average it out. Okay. 212 times 17. Okay. He said he didn't rush. He said he was going to throw 4,000 yards. By doing the math, at the current rate he is at right now, he about 400 yards short. Because anything less is damn sure not going to happen. But he about 400 yards short. So right now, he's averaging 220 yards a game, buddy. Through 17 weeks, you had 3,600. That's not bad. Oh, and that's definitely not bad. Don't get me wrong. I ain't 4,000. You opened your mouth. I want 4,000. I don't want nothing less. I want 4,000. I want 4,000. You said it. I want it. Not looking too good. Brock Purdy, 206 yards. Yeah, 1 rushing touchdowns, no passing touchdowns. 14 points. But again, you got Brock Purdy with one of your last picks too, so you're okay with those numbers. All right, we got running backs. Let's see who's up. Oh boy, Mark. Mark, hit him with the jaw jab. Hit him with the jaw jab. Hit him with it. Right had 87, 2 touchdowns, 2 receptions, 42 yards. Brian Robinson is taking over the starting role. Brian Robinson had 28 points in fantasy. Brian Robinson led running backs in fantasy football this week. Brian Robinson is about to be fantasy gold here soon. Mark, talk your talk, big pimp. You was right. You called it. We 2 weeks in. And don't get me wrong, his numbers weren't this, but his numbers were better than Gibson. And when I saw that, I saw the change already. I saw where Mark was already right. That's what I'm saying. Ryan Robinson is going to be fantasy gold this year. Kyron Williams, 28 points. He had 52 yards rushing, but he had 48 yards receiving, so he did do a threat. He had both, one in the air, one on the ground. This is why I'm saying don't get too comfortable with Puka because Kyron Williams is about to take over this rushing backfield, and when they do that, they're going to run the ball more. That I promise you. Saquon Barkley, he was injured, but he got to 27 goal points before that injury, so that's real good. He was doing that work too, 63 yards rushing, 29 yards passing. He got a touchdown in each. DeAndre Swift, we already talked about that gold member, that big hero. But here's a big hero that shows me, yes, Miami is ready. Raheem Mostert, 121 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Reed, sitting on 25 fantasy goal points. That's a big hero. Jerome Ford, hey, it's Wednesday, right? Then waiver wire, look. Some people might say don't jump on it. Jump on it. You ain't got a choice. Jump out. Ain't that many running backs out there in the FFC. Jump on it. If you ain't already. I'm sure people already licked their chops the minute Chubb went down. Here we go. Jerome Ford, 106 yards, 3 receptions for 25 yards and a touchdown. 24 points in fantasy off his first start. Christian McCaffrey, 116 yards rushing and a touchdown, 22 points. All right, Rachaad White, 73 and a touchdown, 21 points. All right. That's 1 week. Let's see what we can get out of you. Bijan. I like it. 124 yards, Didn't get any touchdowns, but the man put up 124 yards, and he got another 8 points because he had 4 receptions for 48. That's going to be the work of Bijan. If that's the work of Bijan, we can be pretty happy with that. Even in losses, we can be happy with that work from Bijan. That's first-round pick work. Zach Moss. I ain't too hype on Zach Moss. Zach people can be. I'm not too hype on Zach Moss. Zach Moss went off because Richardson was out. My personal opinion. I'm not saying that he's not great. I don't know. I think it was just a game. If you picked him up off this game, okay, you got your 20 points. If you plan on riding with him, good luck. Let's see more. If you do more, hey, you got one. You got one off the wire. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he was the best option coming off the wire at that time. All right, James Cook, 19 points. He had 123 yards. Good job. So hopefully this means they're leaning. That's what they're going to be leaning on to run the ball. So that's good. Tony Pollard, 72 yards rushing, 19 points. He also had another 7 catches for 37 yards. Derrick Henry had 80 yards and a touchdown. Good 18 points. Kenneth Walker, good 18 points. He had 43 rushing yards, but two touchdowns. James Conner, 8 off 106 rushes and a touchdown for 16 points. Tony Jones had 34 rushing yards for 2 touchdowns. So O-line work, basically. And Ramondre Stevenson, 50 yards for a touchdown for 15 points. And that's why I dropped him to about 3rd, 4th round. That's about it. Josh Jacobs needs to do better. Not even going to go over those numbers. All right, so those are our running back heroes. Now we go for our running back receivers. Ooh. Like Keenan Allen. Man, Keenan Allen had a great game. I like what I saw in the loss. 8 catches for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's what you want out of Keenan. That's the guy. Not Mike Williams. 31 points. Puka, 15 receptions. This is why I'm telling you. Stay away from Puka. Bruh, 15 receptions is too high. That's not staying. It's week 2. 15 for 147. He didn't even get in the end zone. He just did work. That's it, bruh. That's a no. You don't need Puka. He gave you 2 good weeks. I understand. You buy it right now, Puka, you're gonna be mad in 2 weeks when he has 3, 4 points. Do not buy this high on Puka because this is not gonna sustain. I'm telling you, it's not. Mike Evans will sustain 6 catches for 171 yards and a touchdown for 29 points. T. Higgins is back, 8 catches for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns for 28 points. Nico Collins, like I told you, that's Stroud's guy, 7 catches for 146 yards and a touchdown, 27 points. Tyler Lockett, 8 catches, 59 yards and 2 touchdowns for 25. CeeDee Lamb, 11 catches for 143 and 25 points. Justin Jefferson, we already went over his numbers. Josh Reynolds, I keep telling y'all Josh Reynolds is back, baby. Keep telling you he's with the right team. What I told you guys is Josh Reynolds will be good for 45 catches. Yeah, 5 catches. We had 4 catches last week. What I told you guys is Josh Reynolds is going to be good for 45 to 60 yards. He had 66 yards this week. He had 45 yards last week. What I told you guys is Josh Reynolds is going to be good for at least 1 touchdown a game. At least. What does that mean? He's going to get you that 4 to 5. He's going to get you that 4 to 60. It might not get you the touchdown, but he got 2 in this week. You see the average. It's about the average for an entire season, okay? What did Josh Reynolds get you? 23 points. And that is what I'm telling you Josh Reynolds is going to do from the flex position. He's going to have 15s, 9s, and 23s throughout the season. His average is going to be about 18 points a game. That's what you want in your flex. Devontae Smith. We already went over him. George Pickens. I like what I saw. Thank God. 4 catches, 127 yards, and a touchdown for 22 points. Debo, 38 for a touchdown, 6 for 63 for 22 points. Those numbers are great. They don't look good, but collectively, it's why he has 22 points. What do you want, Debo? Yes. Don't trade Debo. These numbers are not going to change. Debo is going to get his, okay? Christian Kirk had 11 targets for 110 yards, or 7 receptions for 110 yards, 21. All right, good job, Kirk. So the issue right now is week one went off, week two, the other one went off. They got to find a balance. That's all. Or maybe there is no balance. Maybe you decide to double one, the other one gonna eat. So maybe pay attention when you're trying to figure out who to start between Calvin Ridley and Christian Kirk. Read the reports on who might see the double team. There are reports out there because people do practice reports and stuff like that, on-field reports. You have to look at that stuff and see where the defense's focus is going to be for that game. There's reports out there. They don't hide that. That ain't nothing like I mean, they talk about stuff like that all the time on Channel 87, Sirius XM Radio, Fantasy Sports Radio. All right, Gabe Davis, 6 catches for 92 yards and a tutty. They gotta have that tutty. Brandon Johnson, 2 for 66 and 20 points with 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams, 6 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown, 20 points. There you go. Adam Thielen looked pretty good for Carolina, 7 catches, 54 yards and a touchdown. And let's see. Marvin Mims had 10 receptions. 10 yards rushing. I don't know why. 10 yards rushing. He had 2 receptions for 113 yards. Those weird numbers ain't. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he looked good, but not his numbers. He just scored. Let's see here. Mike Williams, 8 catches for 83 yards. That's a flex. Terry McLaurin, 5 for 54 and a touchdown. Terry, I don't know. Your numbers are low for me personally. I'm not seeing what we should see. I'd say it that way. I'm not seeing what I think we should see. Hopefully we see a little bit more, better. In the yardage range. Drake London, 6 for 67 and a touchdown, got you 18 points. So receivers all around did real good. Real proud of my receivers. Had a good week 2. A lot of guys got open. Got a lot of touchdowns in week 2. Tight ends, TJ Hockenson, 25 points. He led the way. Hunter Henry, 6 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown with 17 points. Mark Andrews, 5 catches for 45 and a touchdown with 15 points. Let's see. Travis Kelce, 4 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown. Darren Waller had 13 points. He had 6 for 76. Evan Ingram, 6 for 57 with 11 points. Zach Ertz out of nowhere, 6 for 56, had 11 points. That's a good hero. So he's a hero if you started him. I'll tell you that much. Sam Laporta, 11 points. I want more. Hopefully this week we get more out of that. Hopefully he can get in the end zone this week. I think they're going to try to get him in the end zone. Logan, I don't know. He's questionable, but if Logan Thomas can stay on the field, he should be a good pickup. And so should Jake Ferguson from the Cowboys. 3 catches for 11 yards and a touchdown. Goal line work, red zone work, but that's good. I think that's the type of work he's going to get. Anything 3 catches for his yards, I think will grow, but them 3 catches will probably sustain. And I think that end zone work will sustain because they don't really have any other targets, to be honest with you. It's CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, and this tight end can pick up the slack. What we did not go on these tight end busts. I left some busts out because there's one bust specifically I want to bust out right now. Drop him. You need to drop him. Where'd he go? Why is Kyle Pitts still on people's roster? Why do I still see Kyle Pitts lined up on people's roster? He had 2 catches for 15 yards. Kyle Pitts got you 3 points. Kyle Pitts got you 2 points last week. Kyle Pitts ended last season with 3 points. Kyle Pitts had 2 points before that. Kyle Pitts had 5 points for the week. I don't think Kyle Pitts has ever had a touchdown. Let's go look at his career. We're here. We're here. Let's look at his career. Huh? Kyle Pitts. Let's see. Where can I find your career stats, Kyle Pitts? Well, they're not gonna pull up on here. Huh? That's fine. We'll get to that one day. Don't worry, because these numbers ain't gonna change. They'll stay the same. Uh, he should not be active on anybody's roster. He should be a free agent. He should be. This is horrible. He's not. He's not good. Let's say it now. He's not good. Hayden Hurst had a bad game. 5 points. Sorry if I told you to grab Hayden Hurst. Thought he was gonna do something. Uh, Juwan Johnson. Yeah, he's a wash. I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to see out of this dude. Damn sure don't like his wife. I think he's just. I think he's just a 3-point garbage pool. There's nothing there. David and David and Njoku, 448, 6 points. That's it. That's all you gonna get. Nothing else. Trash. There's nothing there, guys. There's nothing there. Taysom Hill gets more points than half them dudes. Start Taysom Hill. Like if you can ride, if you okay with 9 points in fantasy football, start Taysom Hill. What else can you lose? He gonna do work. He gonna get in the backfield. He gonna throw. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. He gonna be all over the place. And it'll ultimately get you 9+ points. That or Kyle Pitts. Them your options, Pimp. Like I said, George Kittle is not doing much because he's back and blocking. They got other weapons they got to deal with. All right. So those are our fantasy heroes and our fantasy busts. All right. So now moving into another sad segment. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new member to the couch. This couch is getting crowded. That's club list people over here. They come on off my list and come on off the couch, man. All these club players, man, they need to do some work. What? Come on down. Nick, chill. It breaks my heart that I would not be able to say it that way anymore when he scores a touchdown. My Nick Chubb touchdown serenades are over because Buddy about to come and join me on the couch. Yeah, get that surgery done. Get healthy, buddy. Relax. Pick them legs up. Come on, sit next to Rodgers. It's a sad day when you got to lose a great one like Nick Chubb, man. That one hurt. That one hurt. It did. But that's the state of the NFL. It's the business of what we do here when we play football. Injuries come. Oh boy, do they come, and they come, and they blow us right in the gut. It hurt. Right in the tummy. It's a blow. Like I said, Lucas felt that blow. Hey, he was on a high. Went so low. Soon as that Nick Chubb went down, that is the nastiness of this game. It really is. But my final take, as Nick Chubb and I relax here on this couch. So we had a game I've never seen before. Denver Broncos were down. Now, one game we had where the Rams kick a field goal and cover the spread. And then another game we have that Russell Magic, a Hail Mary last moment throw. A caught. It was caught. It was caught. Like the receiver caught it. Lost by 2. Weird. And again, some fantasy leagues, Russell Wilson put up 50 points because of that touchdown and everything else that he did that day. and whatever points were given to him for whatever he did that for what he did in the game. But they lose. It's week 2. They're 0-2. And Sean Payton ain't happy. Now, coach them brought up before. Slight debacle. Like it just does meaning like does he really want him does he really want Russell Wilson? He's coming as a head coach, but is this his quarterback? And I say debacle because we've seen some instances where he is taking some shots at Russell Wilson. You know, your own office, in the building, your own personal list, you're not gonna be doing all that. All this little Andy Kingdom stuff he had, Sean wasn't doing all that. All right. And then it got quiet. Then it was time to wait. It was time to watch and see. And then he took another shot in this loss at Russell Wilson and made the statement, if we got to go back to the wristband, then it's that. And it's like, it's not that he said it. It's the fact that another coach, great coach, whose quarterback is doing what his coach says, wanted to do the same thing, which started the rift in Seattle. So now Sean Payton took that same jab. And I like the fact that he came directly with that wristband jab. I do. Great quarterback wore wristband. Tom Brady wore wristband. What's wrong with the wristband? Keeps your head on straight. Everybody ain't Peyton Manning. Everybody can't come out here and just know shit. Come on. Russell Wilson, stop. Stop. Okay? Because you making future songs say something about you with how you may not publicly show your acts, but people see a crybaby when they see a crybaby. It'll be real. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but I know there were some statements I made about Russell Wilson's game too a while back on the fact that he could have just been mediocre and had been carried with everything else that was there. For Sean Payton to come out and say this, look, I'm gonna say this. For my final take, Russell Wilson needs to go to the playoff. Russell Wilson is going to be benched next year. He ain't going to get cut. He don't want too much money. But I just wouldn't be surprised if, depending on how low they end this draft, ending for the draft, the quarterback. After about week 3, Russell Wilson shows this crap again from this year. He'll be benched with all that money. At that point, they won't care. I kind of don't think they care now. I think they kind of know they made a big mistake paying all that money to him. And they kind of have to deal with it right now. But, we got to wait and see. Hopefully, again, the season to get better. He publicly took a jab at his quarterback in season, not in training camp like the other ones do. He did it in season, which means he put it all on Russ. So, Russ, what you going to do, Pim? What you going to do? Because Russ, let's be real, you got some defenses you're going to have to come up here and play. You got that Chiefs defense you got to deal with twice. I think you got to play this Cowboy defense that stacked up 35 points. I think you got to play this 49ers defense. There's some tough defenses on this schedule. That y'all got to come see. You've got some work to do. And you've got some wins you have to maintain. Or I think the Broncos are going to be looking in a whole nother direction. I mean, I'm real talking right now. It's not, they're 0-2 and it shouldn't be. They're putting up points, right? They're putting up the points and they're 0-2 and it shouldn't be. So they have to figure it out. But a lot of it, I mean, it's not on Russell Wilson. It's how much longer does the marriage last between Russell and Sean? Is it an annulment? Like, is it quick? Because it's fresh, it's still new. Get out of it real quick. They put the time in to see if it works, and then oops, now they're stuck with payments. A little voice. Yeah, I don't like, I don't know where this goes, I guess. But we got 16 more weeks to find out. So we're gonna stay tuned. All right, guys, though, I had a great fantasy show today. Tune in this week for another episode. Yep. So we got to do starts and sits. We got lineups for week 3. We got to get ready for, guys. So please be ready for that. We got Thursday night game we got to get ready for, and then we got the rest of the week we got to get ready for. And we got some fantasy news we got to go over in the next episode. Get us ready, get us prepared. Remember, guys, it's Wednesday. The waiver wires are open. No claims have to be put in. Personally, I'm not a claim guy. I don't want to chase after somebody else is chasing. Obviously, if 4 other people put in a claim, unless I have first claim, I'm not even worried about it. I'll wait till Wednesday where everything is open and just go that route. And besides, that claim that they done took might have dropped somebody from their roster. I might want. Now, I still have to put that claim in, but that claim is a little different because nobody else is going after that guy. By the time those claims go in, I've got first priority. So you gotta know how to work that way. You gotta know how to finesse. You feel me? But look, hit them waiver wires. Okay, do some studying. Look at these players. Look at their numbers. Look at the percentages. Look at what the reports are saying. If the reports are saying that, yeah, he did this, but this person coming back, so please expect snap count share to drop. Bye. Don't touch it. Move on. Go find somebody else. Okay. Deal with more of a person that has quarterback issues. Like he's there, target's there, quarterback needs to be better. Go find that guy. Go play with that guy because sooner or later it'll kick off unless the quarterback is just really trash and it just never happens, which happens. All right, everybody. Had a great episode with you guys today. Hopefully I can fix that dot issue. It's fucking be all episode. Fix the light on the top. I didn't get better lighting or something. But I always had a great episode on my technical issues. So please stay tuned for another episode for more fantasy football with Coach. I'm out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.